So the process that all of our communities have been working on is trying to start to prepare in case our communities would get that. So in order for a community to host a data center, you need to have water, you need to have land, you need to have energy, you need to have appropriate zoning. So all of the activities that have been going on are all things that are preparatory for that. So there is no project that's going in today, and that's the thing we're trying to make clear. There isn't some project that's awaiting. So in general, if an offer was made on land and they were going to move forward, usually there is a 1-year due diligence period. Then usually there's a multi-year construction period. So you'd be talking about a minimum of probably 2 years before anything would happen. Once you would have a project going, and again, we don't have a project.
So I gotta sit around with my thumb on my ass for a year before I know what I'm gonna do?
Well, there is no project. So I guess I would just say that.
Well, take my name off the list then.
Well,
know,
your name isn't so much on the list as we kind of talked about yesterday.
I'm not the kind of person that wants to be on a list of like, maybe kind of no. I want to make my decisions today, tomorrow. Right. What my 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, because I'm 81 years old.
No, I totally respect that.
These are the things you can do though. What he's saying is exactly what I said yesterday, and exactly what our township did. I'm trying to be generous and say that you're not being purposely disingenuous. But it's there is no project. There is no project.
I understand
but what happens is they're going to go through this process where the developers are talking to the economic development, they're talking to the zoning guy who's the economic development coordinator, they're talking to the township association. Everyone is working together to say, we want these projects. They'll go somewhere, somebody will let them have them. So then just let's get all our ducks in a row and then we'll bring the project. So they're not gonna do it until the zoning is done. So what you have to do is make sure that you do not have permissive zoning, because that is the MO. The
We've
MO
already
is,
got some of that
well, then we have to go back and do a ballot issue to change our zoning, because we ultimately, until they start the project, we still have the ability to change our zoning to make sure it protects us. If they can put a data center in there and we have the correct decibel limits and setbacks and sound effects and lighting and everything else is done, and you can still put this project in, go ahead and do it. But you're not gonna shove a size 7 shoe or foot into a size 5 shoe. We're not gonna do that. And so that's what happens is, they go in, they make very permissive zoning that the people don't realize, like my township, it's already passed. There's no time for a referendum. We can't change anything. That's like,
which township?
Spencer. So it's like, oh, sorry, it's already done. And then tell people that don't really know, they're like, well, I guess I just gotta move because it's already done. No, that's not how this works. And it feels, like I said, because I've done this before a decade ago in Lenawee County with industrial turbines, this is an MO. This is what they do. This is how they follow it. And then the point is, once you get to a point, it's like, I can't do anything about it. That's it. And people like this that don't, like, oh, well, I guess I gotta move, or I gotta wait and see if they're gonna build a project.
I jeopardize my health. My back window looks right at the trail. This big thing would be right out my back door, humming, light, and so forth. And I have no control over it. So once I find out that it is coming there, if it is, I have to go sell my house immediately at a loss, or go to zero. If nobody wants to buy there, my house value is at zero.
I'm sorry, it's for the greater good. We need AI. Sorry that you gave all this to your country or your life, but we need AI.
I'm still a believer in democracy and local decisions. And I think, I am. It's hard to anymore, but I still think our democracy is alive, especially at a local level. And if there's no project, if a project would come, use the same voices that you're using today and keep them up until now, when a project may or may never come. If your local township trustees, because this is really going to fall on, is your zoning and planning boards. Demand them.
The people that had the audit? Like, I can't trust those people.
Well, okay, but then if you don't trust democracy, I can't help you.
No, but that's what I'm saying is, there's no option for us as local.
There is. There's always an option. You're doing opposition advocacy right now. Why would you quit doing that if you don't want it? The more, I told you yesterday, I think the tides are turning on public opinion of data centers. Here's an article
Well, that's why I said
this
Spencer
morning.
is so much more than the data center.
Here's an article, 400 people came out in Frenchtown Township last night.
Yeah, I saw it. I already read it.
There's an advocacy role that's one of the most powerful democratic tools we have in our country left. continue to use it.
But I'm saying we have. I can show you the audit in Spencer Township. They break the law, and the Ethics Commission does nothing. And now these people are in charge of making data center decisions. There's no recourse. They said the public prosecutor, the Ethics Commission, they don't do anything. You present them with the information, they do nothing.
When it comes to a project, you still have the ability to go and look for the zoning protections that you want.
I think, but you guys could provide more oversight and direction.
How?
On economic development with what Matt is doing in terms of saying, here's where we, you guys are his boss, right?
I'm told.
Okay. They're your boss?
They are.
All right.
They are.
So when I had employees,
Shake inside.
I provided direction and oversight for them. And rather than you guys just, pushing it all back down to the townships or the cities, these are ordinary people in these roles. These aren't people who
Have studied this stuff. It's on them.
who knew a lot about it. I mean, when I heard the word data center, it didn't mean anything to me. It doesn't sound weird. It doesn't even sound frightening until you take off the lid and you really learn, what's going on and all the potential things. So what I'm saying is, I'd like to see you guys be a little bit more. I'm done recording this